anyway, I'm going to get started onto the foundation now, and I mentioned in my last video that I've switched my foundation to the Mineralized Satin Finish by MAC, and this is a really dark shade. As you can tell, it's like nothing like my skin at the moment. As you can tell, I have like quite pink pigmented skin. It's like, it looks quite red in the camera, and I'm very freckly. Using a yellow pigmented foundation, so my tan, well, my natural tan at the moment doesn't go orange or look like red or anything like that. So the yellow is just going to cancel out all my pinkness in my face going on. So yeah. And also at the moment I'm mixing it with the tinted moisturiser. Just as I said before, my skin is really dry, and the Mineralized Satin Finish is kind of drying as well. So I like to use the two of them together. I'm also using this, but using this on drier areas such as around my nose and around my mouth as well. So I'm going to get started with that. I like to just put a little bit on my hand like that and just work with it from there. So I'm just going to concentrate it around the areas that are dry for me. And of course, like, you could always put it wherever it's dry for you, if you wanted to use this technique anyway. So I'm just going to put it on my nose, as it is very dry, and under my eyes also. It's going to help the moisturiser that I've already put on, and it's going to be a smoother surface for my foundation to go onto. So now I've worked that in, I am going to go on and use my foundation. And I usually use 2 pumps of this to cover my whole face. That usually does it. It looks like quite a lot on there, but it's not that much. Okay, let's start on this. As you can tell, I'm using my fingertips, and I really don't like using brushes, I'm just not gonna lie. But I did wash my hands before I do this, I always do. And as you can tell, I also have eyeshadow on, and that's because I didn't know I was going to film this video today. And anyway, I don't put foundation or concealer on my eyelids anyway before I do my foundation. And so make sure not to have a mark around here. I mean, that is like the most unattractive thing ever, when you just see someone walking around with like a massive obvious line of where your foundation ends and finishes. This is taking longer than I thought. And then a little bit on my forehead as well. I don't tend to put a lot on my forehead because obviously I have a fringe. No one's really going to see it, but it's best to have a little bit than none. And make sure you work right up into the hairline, just in case there was to be a massive gust of wind. And everyone will be like, oh my god, she's wearing loads of dark foundation. So yeah, best to be safe than sorry. And then the last bit in this corner, this area over here. Okay, so that part is done, and I don't know if you can tell on this camera, but yeah, it's evened up my skin tone a lot, and it kind of my face kind of matches this area now. I don't know, I've really got to invest in a new camera that actually sorts out the colours right, so I'm really sorry. I probably look like an orange mess, but yeah, I really don't in real life. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'm going to go on and use my concealer now, and that is Collection 2000 Lasting Perfection. And this is a really light, it's in light 2, so as you can imagine, from that to that, it is very light. Anyway, I'm going to use this around like problem areas, such as around here, and also around my nose. and then under my eyes to brighten them up a bit, and up here too. That looks nice. I'll just leave it like that. Anyway, I'm going to blend this in now into the foundation. That is the concealer done, and I don't know if you can tell, but obviously it was like around my eyes and around my nose and around my mouth. And I think it's good to have a lighter concealer under areas such as that, just so your face isn't all one colour, because obviously you know it isn't, and like parts of light shine on different areas of the face, and if you were just to be all one colour it would be a bit obvious that you're wearing a lot of foundation. So I would recommend always investing in a lighter concealer than your foundation. Okay, so after my foundation and concealer is done, I like to use MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in the colour Medium Deep to contour my cheekbones, so therefore my skin has more definition and depth to it, and more warmth as well, as I use this as bronzer also. So I'm just going to put a little bit on a angled brush and tap off the excess, as there is a lot because I cracked it, and I just start with a little bit there, and then it looks really harsh at the moment, but I'm going to blend it, and then I like to take it up to the forehead and down here again, and then down to my jawline, so it's like a 3. Okay, and after that is done, I like to use a highlighter, and this is Pearl from MAC. It's cream colour base, but highlighter, whatever. And I just like to take a little bit on my middle finger and place it just above my cheekbone, almost underneath my eye, but not so much. So yeah, as you can see, it's given it a bit more flair, and then I'm just going to do the same on this side too. A problem I find with this cream colour base, however, is that you do need to set it, but today I'm just going to leave that out. So last but not least, it is blush time, and a blush that I use on a day-to-day basis is Warmth of Coral by MAC, and this is just a very natural colour, as you can see, and I just like to apply this like everywhere, not just on the apple of my cheeks but all over my cheeks. Okay, so after that, I said last, but I'm still on blusher. I like to take a brighter pink, and this is by Sleek Cosmetics, and this is a very, very bright colour, and it's flamingo pink. I just like to take a little bit of this on the brush, and because it's so highly pigmented, you want to take a little bit of this, and I just like to focus this on the apple of my cheeks. So that is that. All the blush is done. Yeah, I think I've covered all the steps leading up to eyes and eyebrows and lips. So yeah, that is pretty much my foundation routine, and yeah, thank you for watching. As I said, you don't have to follow any of these steps, it's just what I personally do, but obviously you can take a few advice, but obviously you can always take some advice from learning off other people, and yeah, I always find it's nice to know what other people do, just in case you do stumble across a few more tips and ideas that you may not have heard of. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.